Hello and welcome. My name is Carl Green. I am the design guy. Um, Quick video today. I want to talk about aspect ratio, which might not be of any interest to many people, and that's fine. Most people in the photography game understand it automatically, but a lot of people don't, and they tend to be the people that buy the prints. And the question is, why won't that fit in my frame? And that's because the aspect ratio is different. Very simple. An aspect ratio is how wide it is over how tall it is. So if something is 1 to 1, it's square. If something is 2 to 1, it's twice as wide as it is tall. 3 to 1, 3 times as wide. That's obvious. When it gets a little tricky is if you're doing things with prints or putting them into frames, because what will happen is it can happen a couple of ways around. Either you buy the frame ahead of time, or you buy the print first and then you buy a frame. And they don't always match. A standard letter size piece of paper is 8.5 11. A standard print is 8 by 10. They're not the same. And you can make them fit, but usually you end up either having to fold over the corner or cut something off with scissors, and nobody wants to do that, and I can understand it. So this is why I'm making this video. Let me demonstrate what I'm talking about here. I'm just going to switch. I'm going to bring up my photo website, which is photos.justservices.com. If you want to go and take a look at some of the things I've done here, there's all kinds of interesting things. This is an event I shot last weekend for a club for a memorial ride. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of images here in different aspect ratios. Now, what that means is some will work with your frame, some will not. You need to determine what you want to do. And yes, if you make something that is this shape and then try and squeeze it into an 8 by 10, you're going to lose some. I'll show you. And this is why I'm using my site as an example. It's not because I'm trying to sell you anything, but I can show you on screen. Standard sizes, 8 by 10. You'll see when I'm hovering over here, those red bars indicate the part that will get cut away. If you wanted an 8 by 10, you would only get that. Right now it's just defaulting to the center. If you click on there, you can choose which part of the image you want. You can just get these guys, you can get those guys, you could get just the guys in the background. You could make it smaller still and do something like that, and that would be great. You'll notice that this shape doesn't change. The location does, but it's always 8 by 10. Doesn't matter whether it's inches, centimeters, feet, miles, kilometers, 8 by 10, as long as they're both the same dimension. It's 8 things by 10 things. If you wanted to do that, this one is actually, I'll click on there, this is actually a panoramic size, and it's a 3 by 10, which equates to a 10 by 30. It's the same thing. So if I click on that, that's exactly the size that you will print, that's exactly the size you will receive. If you wanted it different, 4 by 10, you'd have to lose a little bit of the image. It's just the way it is. So yeah, you can certainly buy any print and put it in any frame. The problem is it may not match. By default, cameras will shoot in usually 4:3 on screen for the social media and anywhere online. It's usually 16 by 9, which is the shape of your monitor. So it's cut to fit your monitor edge to edge. That's not a standard print size. So if you buy a 16 by 9, yeah, you're going to need to take the scissors to it. Be very careful what you're buying. I'm not very careful. I mean, within reason, it's not a huge problem. But if, for example, you wanted to make sure you got everything in, then you would buy it at the actual resolution and buy a print or a frame, that matches. That's great. And if you don't, it's not going to work. I did this little collage, which features all the shots from the event and the lady who we were remembering. It's made to fit 16 by 20. So if I go here, paper prints, standard sizes, 16 by 20, it'll fit. Now I could print that 8 by 10, which is exactly half of the dimensions. It's the same ratio. If I wanted to make it different, the 8 by 10, exactly the same, 16 by 20. If I wanted to make it 11 by 14, you get the red top and bottom. 24 by 30, not so much of an issue because it's designed to fit these sizes. But if you wanted something else, let's say your frame was an 8 by 12, you're going to lose something and you have to choose which part to cut off. So that's why aspect ratio is important. It doesn't matter when you're looking at it on a screen. It doesn't really matter when you're printing it. It does matter if you want to put it into a frame or if you want to put it into a book. I also make photo books, for weddings and other events, for those that want them. And that's it. It's as simple as that. It really is that straightforward. So, I hope this has been of some assistance to you. If it hasn't, please feel free to yell at me. Please don't use bad words. But if you want to check out my website, photos.gystservices, GYST. I'll let you figure out what that means. Services.com. And there's a whole range of things here that you can take a look at, including this event, also many others. I am available as a photographer for hire, so please feel free to, there you go, get in touch if you're looking for a photographer or you need something printing or whatsoever. And yeah, there's a lot of good things here I think that you'll like. And if you want them printing, I just want to make sure you get the right size for your frame wherever it's going. If it's going on a coffee table or it's on a wall or whatever, it will just save you an awful lot of hassle. So hope this has helped. Thank you again. My name has been Carl. I'm a design guy. Anyway, thanks for your time, appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.